Hey, this is Jenny Jones, Digital Growth Hacks Club. All right, so listen, what we got here is we have BrowserAct. Now, if this is your first time to this channel, please like and subscribe. You never know what type of hacks that I'll come up with or some different types of ideas. Now, the only reason why I say subscribe is because a lot of people get mad at me and says, "Oh, I didn't even know you showed that. Can't find it on your website," because I'll just come up with these random days that I'm doing videos. Today is a random day. I normally do them on Mondays and I try to do them on Wednesdays, or I may have a live stream. So just, you gotta subscribe. Again, it's up to you if you want to do that or not. So, all right, so let's get into this, right? So this is a tool called BrowserAct. And what it does is, as I'm messing around with it a little bit more, it's basically using a browser. It's going in, it's doing a scrape. You just give it the recipe. You say, hey, this is what I wanted to do. And then you say, hey, go to Google Maps, look in this particular area. These are the keywords that I want you to look for, and give me a list of 20 contacts. So I got to be honest with you. There's a lot of other tools that's doing this already, but they're doing some things a little bit more unique, right? So I know Smatleads does it and a couple other companies. I want to see if this can do, because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to use this with my Brilliant Directories, and I own 4 of them already. And if you haven't had an opportunity to go through my masterclass, I'm gonna go ahead and put a link in the description below for that. I basically take you through from start to finish on how to build the perfect Brilliant Directory. So that went very well. We had an overwhelming response on that. You might want to take a look at that to get an opportunity. A link in the description is below. And I actually created a little Brilliant Directories community too. I felt that people needed to understand how they have to grow their community and they need support, and they may have ideas and questions. So if you get an opportunity, check that link out and or join the community there. All right, so let's get into this tool. So this is a Google Square. So let me tell you what I did. So first thing I did is hey, you know what? I'm trying to populate my Brilliant Directories. Now, Brilliant Directories, a lot of people don't know this, and you'll probably find out they do give you a certain amount that you can scrape with initially, but then when those run out, they just run out, right? You can import as many as your directory can hold. Sometimes it's 50,000, sometimes it's 100,000, sometimes it's 200,000, but you can hold as many businesses and or contacts as you need to, so you can always import those. So this is a scraper that if I want to scrape here, and then I can actually pull them in. So what I did was I went to this particular area. I pulled in the keywords here. I only wanted 20 of them, right? So it went out. It started going through. So these are the steps that it did, right? This is, hey, navigate here, input this, right? Search button. And look at it. It says analyze for resulting page for login, CAPTCHA, or accessibility options. So this is what kind of held me up using some of those other tools. I think Task Magic. I think where I would have to train the browser to get past the CAPTCHA and all that, and I have to record the steps. This is basically doing a lot of that for me. So you can get past the CAPTCHA, clear the search bar. This is going through, and this is already a pre-programmed recipe in there. Search, and we're going to take a look at the recipes here in a minute. I call them recipes, but they're already sets of instructions. So get past the CAPTCHA. Less than 20 items have been collected. Continue extracting until the target is reached. So the target was 20. So keep going until you find at least 20. And so it just kept going. Results page, extract the first 20 businesses, full name, address, star rating, review, count average, so on and so forth. Right. And this is why they kept saying it's important to have a Google My Business. So if people are trying to find you, you can be found. All right. So that's more of a B2B issue. So anyway, or business to business. So it says, hey, we looped again. We only found 9 of 20 required items have been collected. Continue looping to reach the target. So these are instructions. I just pressed go, and it's going through and went through all these instructions on its own. So the time it took to go through was 4 minutes. And let me show you how much credits that it it's taking it. So it just kept going through, kept looping, kept trying to find the businesses. It says continue until 20 is reached. Continue until 20 is reached. Now, it looks like every time it's going back through, it's actually using credits. It's using credit. Anytime it's going to scrape, it's going to use credits. So I think this particular scrape, I think it cost me about 200. I think it cost me about 200 credits here. I think that's what it is. So anyway, so that's how this basically works. And then once you get there, there's a download. I can't even scroll down that far. Oh, here it is right here. So actually, no, so it consumed, I thought it was 200, but about 170 credits. And then it gives you the data output here, and then you download it. And then you can run it again, or you can create your own template and explore other templates. So it puts it in a CSV file. Then you go over to your Brilliant Directories. Actually, if you go to the Academy, I'll show you exactly how to pull them in and tell you what to do with the next set of contacts. I'll show you how to set up your accounts, show you how to set up all your premium accounts and all that other stuff. So again, if you want to go to the masterclass, you can definitely do that. But I think this is a pretty decent tool for Brilliant Directories. Now let's look at some of the templates that they have. Let's go to the home. So this is the home here. So as soon as it launches, as soon as you come in, you kind of overwhelmed. You're like, okay, there's a lot going on here, right? And then it says ready to automate data collection. Now, just like, it's funny because every time I go into some of these companies, definitely when they're doing something new and different, they don't do a good job of giving you video instructions and all that. I'm assuming they just assume that you're supposed to know, and sometimes you don't know. So this one more or less gave me windows. I had to read them. So there is no video for this particular. I haven't been able to find any video help. So I had to kind of figure things out. So the first one I did was these are already templates or recipes. So I pull this. This is a Google Maps scraper. And so let's look at, and then once you go through these, like right here, some of them you will have to have your credentials inside of your Google, inside of your browser. So got to come back to that. But so these are all the tutorials here, and you go through them. Like I said, they're just, you got to press next. No one's telling you anything. You kind of read and put pictures together, right? Found that a little disappointing, but let's look at all the templates. So these are all the templates. This is the template marketplace. There's a Pinterest scraper, the YouTube comment scraper. Extract YouTube comments at scale with sentiment analysis, filters, and automation. Export to CSV, JSON. Integrate with Make. Now, I think that would be good if you're trying to find out what people are asking or what comments are making. So I can see a use for that, but I'd have to really pay for that. Then also you have Google News Scraper. You can probably do that. You got an Upwork scraper. You have a LinkedIn scraper, right? Amazon bestseller scraper, TikTok influencer scraper. BrowserAct is powerful no-code automation tool, extracts comprehensive creative and video data from TikTok. Interesting. LinkedIn job scraper. So you have a lot of them here. And then you have, let's see what we have for real estate, right? Because if you're running a real estate directory, and again, if you take the master class, you'll know if that's the right one for you. You can go in here and scrape these actual real estate properties here, and you can see what you get. Now, I never thought about that. I did have one of my members reach out to me. He says, hey man, they got a real estate scraper in there. I was like, I was always wondering how would I get the information in if I wanted to run a Brilliant Directories real estate directory. How would I get them in there? This is a perfect tool for that, right? Make sure you use the code in the description below because I'm kind of giving you this juice here. Actually, that would be good. I might do a video on that, just show you guys how to do that. So this is the scraper for that. Then you have one for jobs. Oh, LinkedIn job scraper, Indeed scraper, remote scraper. Yeah, this is pretty good. Travel data doesn't have anything for that. Reviews, business analytics, academic. What am I running out of scrapers here? E-commerce. No data is available for this condition. Where'd they go? Did I lose them? Oh, let me do a refresh here. I don't know what happened. I was just clicking on them and they just disappeared. That's weird. What is travel data here? Yeah, so I think I was scraped. I think I clicked on them and then I lost them for a minute. So TripAdvisor Scraper is a tool that lets you automatically extract structured. Interesting. So you can also do financial data. CoinCap. Oh, Coin Scraper. Huh. Interesting. What do we have for academics? Nothing. So really that's it. Now, it looks like, let me see. What do we have for academic? Google Scholar Research Scraper. Yeah, I mean, if I looked at this, they have it over at AppSumo now. Let's take a look at it. Let's go over there and let's try to find out what would be a good, depends on if you're trying to run something, right? So I think to me, if you are running a real estate site of some sort, I really think this would be a good investment because you can scrape realtor.ca. So let me scrape this. Let's see how many properties we can find here. Let's do a live demo here. Let's do that. Let's get into that. And so we are going to scrape. Let's go here. I might like this here. Sacramento, California. I'm not going to use all my codes on this. Let me just do 10 there. But I don't need them. See, website, sign in to log in protected pages during the run with credentials. Oh, so you might need to sign in because they'll tell you if it's publicly accessed, but if you still need to you need to be a member of the site and then sign in to log in protected pages during the run with credentials. Set the browser environment for this run. Browser engine, IP region, IP type. No sign-in retention. The workflow will use the browser when running tasks. When using incognito mode, the browser data and account login status will not be saved. When not using incognito mode, the browser data and account login status will be shared. So if you have to log in, then they're going to share your information, and then they'll probably know you're scraping. Some websites do have in their terms and conditions, they do have things in there that says you are not allowed to scrape their site. So if you have to log in, and that means that they'll know who you are and all that other stuff, and they'll probably figure out if you're scraping or not, possibly. I don't know, but let's see what happens here. So I got 10 here. I got Sacramento. I'm not putting any bedrooms or anything like that. I don't know if I'm going to get that unless I log into realtor.ca. So let's see what happens here. The workflow is to automate property data extraction from realtor.ca to eliminate time-consuming manual research. Secondary benefits: generate structured data sets. Expected results: obtain complete property data sets, including price, locations. Interesting. This is a very competitive field. I would not do this. This is too competitive. Okay. So let me try to see what happens if I try to get this. So let's try to run it. Let's see if we can get 10 of them. Oh, this is only says for okay. Didn't put the data. But this is for Campbell. You have to put in your address. So this is the target URL. So I see what's happening there. So this is only going to run, someone I guess ran this one, and it says for Campbell River, I think it's Riverside, or this is either British Columbia. I have no idea. Or maybe it is California. I don't know what the BC stands for. Interesting. Set up browser with Canadian region settings. Okay. Configure your browser for Canada with proper heading to use agent. So this is only going to scrape. I'm not going to use this. It's only going to scrape Campbell River listings in Canada, British Columbia location. Yeah, and that's that there. So I'm not going to start this. Interesting. So let me put 2 on here. Let me see what happens. We try to get this. Just experiment here. So I'm going to go to start here. Initializing task. I don't think it's going to work. And I think you have to be careful of some of the things that it's trying to do, because you have to log in for some of them. And if you don't have address, so what it's doing now, it's going to the browser. I'm not doing anything. I'm watching it here. And so that you can see it as well. So it's going to really do Canberra. Okay, so it is going to British Columbia. It is going to British Columbia. Interesting. So this is a listing for British Columbia. I wonder if I can do one for my own. Oh, so if you can see at the top, it doesn't, you don't have to sign in this particular case. Interesting. So what else? Navigate to the exact user provided URL. Go to URL as provided by the navigation protocol. Oh, interesting. All right, let's see if we can get at least 2 out of this to see what happens. Interesting. So let's see what happens here. All right, so let's see what happened here. Close the cookie consent banner by clicking the dismiss button. So it's doing all this on its own. I'm not doing anything. To ensure no interference with page interaction, then complete. So like I said, some of them you may have to be logged into. So let's see what we got here. Continued, no data extracted yet, need 2 items per criteria. I think I'm going to stop it because it's looking like it can't really extract it because I can't really log into it. Let me see what happened. Oh, it got 2 of them. Okay. Extracted 2 collect comprehensive property information, price listed. Price $7.19. Ooh, that's pretty expensive. Address, full property address. Interesting. So it's doing all this on its own. I'm not doing anything. I was just scrolling down to watch and see what it's doing. And I wonder how much this costs. So I got 2 addresses. So what I'm thinking is if you have access to some of these databases, so let's say you're paying for a database and you wanted to create your own unique, I just got a serious idea. I'm going to put that in my Brilliant Directories community. I'm going to give a hack away because I'm not in real estate, but I just found a hack. Actually, nah, I'm not in real estate anymore. It's too expensive. You need a lot of cash to do that. All right, so let's see here. All right, attempted to navigate to the next page. Turn to page action with target next as per user request and pagination protocol. Extract 2 collected, only 1 iteration. Exit criteria is ambiguous. Please clarify what 2 refers to. So all of this is happening. Collect 2. So it's giving instructions again. It's trying to find 2 addresses. Interesting. I'm just letting it run. I want to see what's going to happen here. This is so basically it is a scraper. I think you can have it where you don't use your own IP address and all that. All right. So this task so see, that took 65 credits, right? And I was only getting 2, but I think the credits came from the scraping. Look how many instructions. Scrape again, turn a page, and the scraping. So they're charging you per scrape or per activity And that's how it ended up with 65 credits. So if it was something you could easily get into and navigate, and then you can get as many as you can off each page, then I don't think they would consume as many credits. So then you have that. Then you have the data output here. Let's see what the data gives us. So I'll click on that. Let's look at the data here. What data did we get? Oh, wow. What did it do? Give us 2 pages? This is crazy. Oh, it's more than I thought. Yeah, I like this. I only asked for 2. I guess it did 2 scrapes or 2 pages, I think is what it did. So then you can go in here. So then when you import into your Brilliant Directories, you can just pull in this. Yeah, that's just a very competitive move though. I like this though. There's some things I like about this. And I actually think that you can actually go, okay, so we'll get out of this. So I think you can create your own, right? And I'll come back later and do another one where I create my own, but I got to dig into this a little bit more. I'm kind of liking this. There's something about this tool that I really, really like, and I'm only just touching the surface of it. Let's look and see what we can look at for AppSumo. Let's look at a good pricing for this. See how much we should spend. All right. So the name of the tool is called BrowserAct. Scrape any website code free. Your competitors are making data-driven decisions while you copy and paste from websites. In some instances, that is true, or not as much anymore. Luckily, BrowserAct lets you scrape websites with AI prompts and workflows that handle changes. Yeah, so it did handle some changes for us. I did like that. So capture and use data from any website with AI, no coding required. This wasn't even on my radar. Yeah, so this gives you 20,000 credits per month. It depends on what kind of user you are. But I got to tell you, for the price of it, shoot, I would look at it as a minimum a tier 2. Tier 2, 50,000 credits. You can do some damage with that because you got unlimited API calls. So what I'm thinking you could probably do, right? And don't quote me on this, but the way I'm looking at this, let's see what the first reviewer said. Let's see what they said. It works. This platform worked perfectly on my first attempt, successfully bypassing both Cloudflare, Google CAPTCHA. It provides ample functionality for basic automation, tasks like navigation, interaction, page scrolling, and using LLM prompts to detect I was able to complete my first scrape in just 10 minutes. Additionally, the customer support was excellent from the beginning. Response was clear. I decided to go with tier 5. So listen, I'm gonna mess around with this a little bit more later on tonight. I'm gonna come back with a serious hack. I'm telling you right now, because I already see how I can do this. So I pulled a tier 1 off the shelf. Let me see if it could. What's a tier 5? Ooh, tier 5 is 479. Oh, I'm gonna have to work up to that. Unlimited API calls. Yeah, because you can actually integrate, and it has some this is sick. I like this. So I'm gonna probably, like I said, I have a tier 1 off the shelf. I'm gonna mess around. I'm gonna exhaust these whole 20,000 as a test to you, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna show you some of the things that I've created with this. So come back, make sure you subscribe, and there's gonna be a part 2 on this because this is a lot to unpack. If you do pick it up, make sure you use my code below. That way you can help me continue to support the channel and help me bring more hacks back. I promise you have my word. I'm going to bring a serious hack back for this. So you need to look out for this. Hey, this has been Jenny Jones. Check it out. Use the link below. It won't cost you anything extra. If this is your first time visiting here, know that when you go to AppSumo, you can pull out any tool. You can try any tool, and it has a 60-day. Let's look at it. Yeah, it has a 60. You can get it for 60 days. This is credits per month. You have a 60-day, no questions asked. Does this have a 60-day? Oh, I don't think they. Oh, it has right here. Okay, because sometimes they'll get these websites and they're like, we don't want people to use all our codes and then return it. So it's 99% time you're going to find a 60-day money back guarantee on AppSumo, which is important. Try for 60 days to make sure it's right for you. Now, what you can do is start out with a lower tier. And then if you like it, you can just always upgrade up your tiers, right? Yeah, I really like. Let me come back. I'm going to come back to this. I really like this. Hey, this has been Jenny Jones. You guys have been great out there. I got an idea that's going to knock your socks off. Connect instantly to Make, N8N, Zapier, and 6,000 apps. All right, let's get it. Automate workflows to update CRMs, databases. So you know what? I got a serious idea. I can't give it to you yet. You got to come back. I got a part 2 that's going to knock your socks off. I already know who I'm going to hack this tool with. All right, you guys have been great. Take care. Goodbye for now. Come back. I got it. It's in my head. I got to get it out. It's on my head and it's on paper. If I extract it, you're going to love it. All right, goodbye for now.